Good morning, my friends. How is everyone? I just saw Daisy's good morning. So hi, Daisy. Made me laugh immediately. I also want to say a special hi to Tonya. I just read your comments, which always make me very happy. And Tonya got 4K yesterday, rewatching one of my streams. So yay! That's so good. Yeah, let me say hi to everyone. James, hello, how are you? James also says hi to all our friends, past, present, and future. And coffee. Yeah, coffee is the best in the morning. I always look forward to my first coffee, which I always reserve for my stream. So I have double happiness meeting you guys and first coffee in the morning. Hello, Jess. Good to see you again. Oh, and James finished an iced peppermint mocha. Ooh, and Jess, I made myself a blackberry Italian cream soda earlier. Ooh, that sounds really fancy. Blackberry Italian cream soda. Oh my god. Yes, but I'm thinking a nice coffee will do the trick. You've inspired me, James. And Christian is here. Hello, how are you? And how is your church newspaper coming along? Are you actually creating the whole newspaper yourself or just one article? I think last time you said an article in that newspaper. I want to know a bit more. I mean, I have some journalistic experience. I also once worked for a newspaper here in the city. I did several. I worked for a daily newspaper just for some weeks or months as a student. And I also worked here in this city for a newspaper, but also a very short time because I kind of realized this is not for me. I have to do something else. But it was also some parts of it were fun, the writing part mainly, but yeah, as a journalist, you have to be a special kind of people, I think, and I'm not one of them. Guten Morgen, yes. And Daisy, good morning. James, helping lead people down the road to caffeine addiction since 1991. Yeah. Oh, oh my heavens, your Ö is so perfectly pronounced. I mean, we have a lot of Ös in our language, so for me it comes natural. And Daisy says, I see James is living his best caffeine-induced life. Yeah, James seems in a good mood today. You know it, Daisy. I might have to talk to my nurses about a caffeinated IV drip. Oh. IV? You mean like, is this in I cannot pronounce this. No, that's the German word, intravenous. You know, when you get it directly into your veins? I don't know. So, yep, I'm guessing. Okay, I guess right, probably. But that's not fun, I think. It's better. Oh, yeah, see? It's better when you have the taste as well, isn't it? I mean, directly into the blood. Let me just show you the card of the day. And spirit time to collaborate. My first thought was, no, I don't want to. I definitely am one of those people that like to work on their own, you know. Writing everything is kind of a very solitary endeavor. But I thought then of what we're doing here, like supporting each other and trying to motivate each other and help each other getting the words, finishing stuff. So maybe that's also a kind of collaboration. I mean, I know that a lot of people working together, they can really make big things happen. Definitely. That's what also humans can do when you think of big building projects and stuff. I mean, a lot of people together, they have a lot of power. That's definitely true. But like I said, my first instinct would be, but I don't want to be work in a group. So, but maybe, yeah, there are a lot of different ways to collaborate or to share energy, to give energy, get something back. So, like I said, the example of the stream might be also a version of collaboration, supporting each other, talking about writing stuff. Yeah, it's a beautiful card. And there are also those puzzle pieces. I mean, yeah, I think there's a lot to it. You can, especially when you get stuck or have some problems, it is so helpful to talk it out to other people. This might already be good. And you can always use your network to find solutions. It doesn't have to be always about writing, but whenever you have a problem, just tell other people. Everyone will try to help you. That's something humans love to do, help someone just because it feels good when you just can give a tip. Ask this person, they have what you need, so stuff like that. We are very good at that. So, and the first step always is to open up and talk about your problem. Only then can you get the help from others. I misread. Time to collaborate. It's time to caffeinate. I need an intervention. Hello, Ayana. Good to see you again. Willkommen in der Partei. What is that supposed to mean? I probably butchered that. No, you didn't really. I mean, it would be Willkommen in der Partei, but still. You probably mean Willkommen in the, or welcome to the group, I'm guessing. I probably butchered it. It's been so long since I've practiced my German, but that's good. It is. See, I could immediately read it. Jen, hello. Good to see you. Long time no see. Oh yeah, Jen also asking, James, how have you been? Christian, I finished the article. Awesome. It was one article for the regional newspaper of my church, representing approximately 1,500 parishes. Oh, so there's a lot of people who are going to read it. Awesome. Ooh, exciting. It's really exciting, isn't it? Especially, was it the first article for this newspaper? I know you just started out with that kind of work. So, very exciting. James, that's good. Working too much, but I make the best of it. Oh yeah, you were asked, how are you? Thank you. Articles. I don't know. Jen, I have a part-time job in the mornings now, so I haven't been. Oh yeah, so I haven't been around, but I also have 2 classes to work on. So here I am. Oops. Let me start the first sprint soon. Sounds like a lot of work. 2 classes. Christian, the experience of writing an article with a deadline was dreadful, but also helpful. Yeah, of course, you're kind of forced to do the work, and then when you're done, it's so good, feels good. I moved through the discomfort and delivered. Awesome. Oh, you mean, oh yes, of course, party. And in German, it would also be party. Partei is like, how do you translate it? The political party, the political party, like Democrats or Republicans, Yes, that's why I was a bit confused. Which is probably an entirely different word, and I can't remember. I started taking Spanish classes this summer, so all I can think of is fiesta. Yeah, that's good. I also started playing around with Duolingo recently, which is a lot of fun. So I've been freshening up my French again. Congrats, Christian. That's brilliant. Christian, but man, my introverted self was feeling sick when I was on site and had to interview people and take photos. Exactly, that is what I also struggled with when I did journalistic stuff. So also a growth experience. Mark, did I say hi to you already, Mark? I don't know. Hi, Mark. Oh, I know that first impulse to collaboration and groups so well too. But well, for me on overcoming that, I can see hope. We are all in a group here after all. Exactly, that's what I thought. We are a group and we kind of collaborate with each other. The comfort zone stays entirely too comfortable, doesn't it? Yeah. And having to get out of it, being forced to go out of it is, but sometimes it's good to be forced out of the comfort zone. Group projects, life trauma, way too much life trauma. Yeah. Introverts as introverts probably suffered a little in school. Group project meant the smart one. Yes, of course. I can also see this with my kids that sometimes when they are too kind, others are kind of shoving work over to them. So I sometimes have to tell, especially my second daughter, to be a bit more, have some more boundaries. So let us jump into the first sprint. It's the reading in the garden at night timer. I hope you'll enjoy the next 20 minutes. It's muted. Have fun. Okay, our warm-up sprint is over. How did everybody do? I looked at my text and read quickly through it and kind of noted in my head already where I felt things were still off, and I didn't really start working on it yet because my husband was here, then my daughter went to school, so I was a bit distracted during the sprint. But I kind of already have a path to walk in the next sprints, so I already kind of know what I want to work on. Emmy joined us. I'm just thinking, was Emmy here already before the sprint or during the sprint? Oh yeah, we talked about group projects, collaboration stuff before I started the sprint. Now I remember. And yeah, Emmy is here. Hello. And I was wondering, because Emmy went back to work this week, I think. Yeah, this week. So of course I was curious to know. And yeah, immediately intense, the work. Not quite fixed my schedule yet, also all my muscles ache. So yeah, getting back into it. I felt your break was definitely too short, I would say. It felt like you're getting back already. So, and yeah, now that you say, I'm not sure if this is stress related a little bit, or fibromyalgia or heat fatigue. Yeah. And that's good advice. I also immediately thought muscle aches. A hot Epsom salt bath might be in order. Yeah. Something that helps relax not only the muscles, but yourself. But yeah, like I said, work is, and it's so demanding. Oh yeah, and I asked if it's still hot in the UK. I was like, oh, and because I'm quite happy that currently today it's a bit colder. So yesterday was as well. It was also raining a bit. So you can just sleep better, when it's so warm. It's not good. So when you're having a work that is so demanding already, and then on top, it's too hot or too cold, or everything that kind of also is stressful for your body or your mind, that's of course makes it even harder. Yeah, and just also said, either way, I hope you feel better soon. Yeah, I hope you can adjust to being back to work quickly. Mark also says hi to Emmy. I journaled. Awesome. Good to get my thoughts on digital paper. Do you have one of those digital where you can write with a pen? Or what do you mean with digital paper? There are those cool devices where you can now hand write, and it's not real paper but digital paper. So I'm guessing you have one of those devices, which is pretty cool. And yeah, what else? Oh, see, Emmy needs to journal. Oh yeah, journaling. That's what I was thinking about. Yeah, that it's always helpful to journal, especially as a first thing in the morning. I've been thinking about it, that I used to do this before I started working on my projects. I usually took the first sprint or used the first sprint to journal. I haven't done this in a while, I don't know really why, because probably I usually want to jump into my work so that I don't get in this procrastination mood. But sometimes, yeah, I don't know, maybe in fall season I get back to journaling. I haven't done this in a while, so yeah. Christian? No, I wish. But my handwriting isn't compatible with any digital paper device. Yes, I thought I have the same problem when I use those apps where you can scan your handwriting, because I have lots of journals filled with my handwriting, and I thought, oh, let's try it out. But the result, so you can scan it, your handwriting, and then the AI or whatever it is will translate it into normal digital words, but it doesn't really work when your handwriting is a mess. You, of course, would have to write quite clearly, and especially it would be very helpful for me, especially when I'm in this, oh, I have ideas, and I'm writing very, very fast. So what I usually do is immediately after I've written everything out, transfer it to digital myself. And this, of course, takes quite some time. Yeah. But maybe we just have to wait a bit. AI is getting better and better. So maybe at some point they will even be able to read our handwriting. James, in a perfect world, someone is ready to return from leave when they are looking forward to the challenges of work again. Yes, exactly. That's probably about Emmy. Idealistic, I know, but some truth to it. Usually you should take a break so as long until you really feel like, oh, I'm missing my colleagues, or I don't know, I miss working with the people. I don't know, whatever it was that usually sparked your interest in the job in the first place, and you feel like, I'm full of energy again. I want to do this again. Stuff like that would be, yeah, keyboard it is always. So you're also, when you're journaling, always using the keyboard immediately, so not writing by hand? Christian, I don't know. Yeah, probably. So you're typing it out immediately? Ooh, but I'm considering a USB keyboard for train rides so that I can type on my phone while on the go. Yeah, I have also, I did this before when we went camping, that I just took a keyboard with me. It works. It's a bit, I know, I remember that some people were looking at me oddly, like, what is she doing? Because I was sitting with my keyboard and my very small phone, so it probably looked a bit strange that I was typing away on a keyboard. But yeah, it works. You can connect it to your phone. It's quite some time ago, but I think you can just connect it and then use whatever writing app you have. Yeah, I think it should work just like that. I mean, I told to my therapist that I will journal once a week. That should be today. Yes, would be perfect during the writing stream. Totally agree with that, with what James said. Yeah. Christian, I used to travel with a small keyboard for my iPad. Yes. Like I said, traveling is good for those little keywords. Given the rapid development of AI, it will only take another 10 years until it can even decipher my handwriting. I think the future will be, I mean, it kind of is possible already, but that you can just talk everything out and then you have it in written form. I mean, you can already do this, but it's not as perfect yet. Although I think Otter AI, I used to use it, is pretty good when you're speaking English, especially. You don't have to say like you don't have to, you can just talk and they will put in everything like commas and stuff themselves. The Otter AI device. James, you indirectly prompted a thought. Journaling is personal hygiene. We shower, brush teeth, yes, etc. as a part of our routine. Putting our feelings to paper is just as important. Yes, it is. Yes, it is definitely. And it's so helpful to kind of take the time to do that, because it helps you realize a lot of things that otherwise would be just always under the surface. And you can really take action in your life on some things you never really think about, or yeah, like strategize or stuff like that. You can really assess stuff in your life with the help of journaling. It's really, really helpful. I mean, journaling, I think, is part of that hygiene, but we forget mental hygiene all the time. Yes, we do. My inner 12-year-old wants to call my journal an emotional toilet. But we won't follow the thought any further than that. Yeah, but it's a fun thought. AI deciphering your handwriting, is that when Skynet decides to go back and kill Sarah Connor? Yeah, maybe. When they can decipher Christian's handwriting, we are all doomed. AI has too much power then. We'll probably develop the consciousness. So 25 minutes. We want to sprint for 25 minutes. So let's use the bubble timer for that. Enjoy journaling and writing. Okay. That was sprint number 2. How did everybody do? I worked on several paragraphs, changed the wording, changed things around, but nothing serious. Yeah, but still not done with the scene. Still some work left that I will continue during the next sprint. I think Christian had to go and wishes all of us a nice day. Oh yeah, I like this. Mark says, picking up the topic of transferring handwritten notes to the computer. I will do that this as, I will see this as an encouragement to do that just for the sprint. Yeah. And Christian said, I think the transfer is worth it if you consider that you're also rethinking the thoughts and activate the pathways in your brain related to that thought. Yeah, true. It makes a lot of sense to go through your stuff again. And very often you have forgotten what you wrote and what sometimes you're really surprised at what you already figured out back then, or cool things you wrote down, cool ideas, and you have forgotten them. So it's good to look through your journals again. Daisy's back and had friends stop over for coffee, which is very nice, having friends and coffee. Emmy, right? So my journaling led me to thought about writing short story about Alice in the Wonderland, a realistic version of it. No Wonderland, but nature and little wonders and creativity. Oh yeah, I love that idea, and kind of is perfect for you, I think. Oh yeah, and James questioned his life choices during the sprint. Annual training is enough to seriously question your life choices. Bangs head against the wall, and Emmy immediately, oh no, James, please no self-harm. Oh yeah, I missed this comment. I think creativity before it put into norms of adulthood. Oh yes, even better, sort of coming out of age story. Yeah, I love the topic, how kind of our creative innocence, that we have as kids tends to be harmed, destroyed. When we're growing up, so many things happen, especially also with school, that really can, like I said, not destroy because it's still there, but can harm our creativity. We start to think a lot about, before we do creative endeavors, we already start to think about rules and perfectionism, all those things. I think that's why I said school plays a big role in that. That, for instance, in English or German lessons, you would learn all those language rules and will probably be expected to write pretty perfect essays. Here in Germany, sometimes you have like exams and you cannot have several drafts, but you write immediately one essay and it has to be perfect with reasoning, but also with language grammar and stuff. And no actual writer does this, Maybe if you're in the flow, but even then you will have mistakes because you're so thinking about the topic maybe. So this is just an example of how school can damage us in this way, because our brain doesn't work like that. I think when you're in a creative space, then other brain areas are active than when you're thinking about grammar rules, So in school, forcing us to bring this together, this can really hinder our writing. And this is just one example, because I remember a friend of mine asked me, could you help me with my son? He always struggles with writing essays, and we figured out that because his teacher was like, yeah, he's not writing, he should be more elaborate and more creative. But like I said, when you have to write a text in 1 hour and it has to be perfect with everything, it's very difficult. Oh, James told us a bit more about what he's learning today, the training session on infection control, I think, which is very important. They start with a story to how it's wrong to go to work sick and tell it to my boss. Just be sure to wear a mask. Yeah. So often here as well, people go to work sick because they feel pressure to do that. Just, I'm trying to make a decision on my Chem NaNoWriMo project. Yeah. It's coming up. I mean, oh yes, on Monday. It's already on the weekend sometime then. I won't be thinking about it. I won't be able to stream tomorrow, I have to say, because one of my daughters goes on a class trip and I have to bring her to the train station. And so it's in the morning, so I have to skip tomorrow's stream. That's why I realized when I changed the date for my stream that on Monday it's already July. Time flies, daisies. One more word. Awesome. I'm editing. Yes, of course. So my word counts are weird. Yeah. I don't look at word counts right now as well. I mean, doesn't make sense. Ooh, transferred notes of a dream. Half of it, 245 words. I think dreams is something you're always working on. So it's fascinating. I would love to get a glimpse at your dream world, It seems like this is, fascinating. James, potential Chem Nano idea. Novel about a character finding persons responsible for producing his annual training modules. He finds creative ways to give personal feedback. Yeah. Yeah. Dwell on that idea, James. Let it all out. Write about it. You could write a little horror short story. Emmy, funny for us was for infection control that none of us knew we had to change own curtains. Oh my God, we thought cleaners do it. Yes, I would guess that also. So some were dated 2 years ago. Be fair, not set on introduction, probably induction. Oh my God, yeah. Who thinks of those things? Mark, right? Chem Nano is already upon us. I'm still questioning my bravery, whether I should dare to participate and set a goal. Why not? See it as a game, not as a pressure thing, but like something to motivate you each day, having some fun. Gamification is the magic tool. James, when I'm involved in training a new employee, when I'm involved in training a new employee, I stress a bit about forgetting to mention something important. Yes, of course. Yeah, there's a lot of what's the word? So yeah, it's very important to responsibility. That's the word I was looking for. Don't tell your kids school will damage them. Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to balance out some things. So trying to be aware of when school is taking it too far, maybe. James, no matter how good a job a parent does, the educational system will find a way to do all your good work. It's sometimes really, I also feel, because you don't have as much that much power as a parent, of course, and kind of everyone is trapped in this educational system, even the teachers. It's almost similar to what we talked about the medical system. It seems like a bit everyone is exhausted and not really happy, the students, the teachers, the parents, but you have to kind of try to make the best of it, I would say. Oh, Daisy, home office has changed a lot. Now you are expected to even work from it. That benefits. Yeah, now they are saying, oh, but you're at home. it's not as bad. I can imagine that some bosses would be like, I mean, when I was still working in an office, I also hated it when I was sick or the kids were sick, and then you still had to kind of figure out work stuff on the side. And so when you're working from home, they probably never allow you to be sick, really. Just remember, Robocop had to keep working even after he died. Yeah. Yeah, that must be the next step. The wonders of modern necro. Not doing Camp Nano this year. I really need to study. You only write at night. Now that I'm studying again, I see how much damage school has made in me. Yeah. I mean, I'm so happy about, for me, I still enjoy learning, like discovering new things and reading and stuff. But I can see with the kids how hard it is to keep them motivated somehow, and this is wrong, that kids aren't motivated nowadays and that's not because they don't want to learn things. They have their curiosity. They have things that they are really curious about. But, oh yeah, for instance, my daughter said yesterday she wants to start another course, like she's in a theater course, and she also does hip hop. She does a lot of things, and she's playing an instrument. And because of school, she always struggles with doing her courses in the free time. And she wished, she had more time, and that she said if she didn't have school, she could do all her fun courses in one day, and do even more things. And yeah, it's just an annoyance nowadays to have to go to school. Science, James is bored. Unused brain cells morph into a stand-up comedian. Daisy, a natural part of learning is making mistakes. Yes. And that's in school, they tell you mistakes are bad. But somehow I feel like I need to be ashamed if I make one. And I know exactly which teacher to thank for that. Yes, that's especially one thing they get wrong in school. I also think that. Yeah, my daughters also said how the different grades are called in German. Like, I don't know if it's the same in English. You don't just have, in Germany you have numbers. In the English countries I think you have letters, but it's not just that. You have also phrases for what it means, like, I don't know, befriedigend in German, different kind of, and it's always kind of negative, never like you can do better next time, like more encouraging would be better than just okay, you got a 4 or a D. Learning curve? What learning curve? I think James' brain is giving up today. Let's do a sprint. Shouldn't you soon be done with your training for today, James? I mean, you did say you do 1 hour each day. Hopefully you can use the next sprint to finish up for today and then have some free time, relaxing time. Not really free time, still have to work, but so let's do another sprint. Here we go. 40 minutes. Enjoy. Okie dokie. That sprint was too short. 40 minutes flew by. I had to go back to a scene, like scene 20 something, because I wanted to add some important that is connected to the current scene I'm working on. And so I have to add some more dialogue. And yeah, I'm still in the midst of that. I want to write it as perfect as possible right now because I want to work through this manuscript and hopefully be done with it at the end of this whole thing. So yeah. Yeah. But also had a little conversation on the side. How did it start? Oh yeah, the grades and everything. And then Emmy said that her partner is Asian and thinks we should be tiger parents when we have kids. Meaning B is an Asian F. Yeah, I've heard about tiger parents as well. In the US, Asians have the highest median incomes, but tend to have the worst self-esteem. I kind of can imagine that when you get a lot of pressure from your parents, and you can always do better. You can always do better, or maybe even that's not good enough. Yeah, that this kind of has an impact on your self-esteem in the long run. I personally hope that we will on the ground, so if we do have children, they can do art if they want. I was quite restricted to do art as a child due yes, all is costly. Don't play any instruments. Yes, yeah, that's so true. If you want to support your kids with music and creativity, drawing, stuff like that, it can cost quite some money. I think because of globalization, you can get cheaper materials nowadays. But still, when you want your kid to learn an instrument, you have to pay a monthly fee here, which I think it's in comparison quite cheap here. I don't know. It might be more expensive in other countries. But then the teachers who teach you to play the instrument don't get as much money. That's the other side. So yeah, it's difficult. Yeah, we talked a bit about parenting, blah, blah, blah. Oh yeah, and when Emmy said that with her personality and when they're very strict, her partner, for instance, with the kids, they might become rebels. And I think, yeah, that's a very good point. When you're very strict teenagers, I see it with the teenage friends of my eldest daughter. Yeah, you might be becoming rebels and hide some things from their parents. Oh, I like this comment. My mom and I are very different, but I realized my upbringing softened the edges on what could have been a very cold achiever mindset. Yeah, I mean, of course, parents have a lot of impact. Because I was questioning the impact of the parenting and at the same time the personality of the child, because I just see it with my kids, the three of them, and each one of them has a different personality, and this kind of also influences how I treat them. That's the strange thing. I react to them differently. Of course, I want to be fair and loving to each one of them, but I definitely treat them differently just because they have different personalities. And I also once read every child, even the siblings, even twins, has different parents because we react to them in different ways because of their personalities. And so it's very interesting to see that now as a mom. And yeah, but of course my parenting influences them as well. So yeah, both plays a big role, I'm guessing. Oh yeah, and a win for James. Finished my module on infection control. Wrists opened. No need to have alcohol delivered. No strange urges to wash my hands. So win. Yes. Oh yeah, and Emmy finished journaling and saving up a timer I made for myself. Anja, you make yours look so seamless. Actually, it wasn't that quick to make. Yeah, there are some tricks to make the timer, because yeah, I think some people try to, because the clock, the clock part can be tricky to create, but I found a script somewhere. I think I can share a video where they show you. It's a very short script that you can write and use to create this timer part, which makes creating the whole timer video a lot easier and faster. Oh yeah, and I asked James about his plans for Camp Nano. Free writing. Sounds very good. See what pulls out. My schedule is too crazy for much else, yeah. Daisy, no new words, but I'm guessing more editing. A script. Tell us more. I thought you make them on Canvas. Yeah, I take the videos from Canva, and then, yeah, I will share the video with you. I've saved it so that you can see how I bring the video part from Canva together with this. You have a little timer video, and then you bring them together in iMovie. That's how I do it, and it makes it so much quicker. Mark, I just decided on a Camp Nano project. Awesome! In a D&D campaign, my bard promised to write a summary of our epic adventures. Oh, that sounds like a fun thing to do. Time to get to it. I set 20k words as a goal. That is a great goal for Camp Nano. I love that. Daisy, I gotta go. If you're still here. Ciao, ciao, Daisy. It's good to see you. Yeah, James also likes the idea, it seems. At least my mom had my brother. She had to have one child she could just enjoy. Oh, come on. I try to remember what you told us before about your brother. I think he was into sport, or he is a lot into sport, but couldn't practice it at some point because he had an accident or something. So I think that's the only thing I really remember about your brother. I'm curious about you as a kid. I'm guessing you have a lot of humor, had a lot of humor and wits. Yeah, probably it wasn't as easy to maybe punish you with something. I don't know. And you said your mom is very kind. So yeah, interesting. James, training down to one module left. Awesome. Ooh, sexual harassment training. Plan on being an expert once I'm done. Oh, that's actually quite interesting. Okay, you have heard all of that. Also, the infection disease control, whatever it was called, is also quite an interesting topic. But when you've heard it like 20 times, it's, of course, it's getting boring. Brother had back issues. Oh, that was a whole list of problems. When is Camp Nano? It starts on July 1st, I would say. Whole month of July. Yeah. So a lot of people will have some cool writing projects in July. And usually there's also much more activity on AuthorTube then. Yeah, I will stream on a weekend for Michael's writing event, which is also in the midst of July. So let's do a final. Oh, I talked too much today. So let's do a 15-minute final sprint today. I have a 15-minute timer, which I can use, which is cute. And I will share, Emmy, I will share the link to the timer script video. So here we go. Enjoy. Okie dokie. That's the end of my stream. And as I said before, unfortunately, I won't be able to stream tomorrow because I have to take care of my daughter and get her to the train station. So I will be back next Monday in July. It's just crazy. Oh yeah, we talked a bit about with James. And the last comment is, it is funny, when I'm most stressed, I end up feeling like the lobby at my work has become the waiting area to a therapist's office. And I feel less stressed. Interesting. Yeah, I wish we could continue the conversation. But I totally see that, how exchanging or helping your coworkers, giving them support and helping them figure things out is helpful for you, definitely. I think that's why you naturally do this. Otherwise, you would avoid them or avoid talking to them about their personal issues. So it's and it's helping you too. That's the most important thing. Have a wonderful weekend, Grandma. Yeah, I'm sorry that it's a short week, but like I said, I have to take care of my kids, so that's always a good excuse. And I hope you all have a great rest of the week. It was fun to chat with you guys, and yeah, we probably have a lot to talk about next week. Maybe about all your July Camp Nano project. So see you soon, my friends. Have a good time. Till then, ciao, ciao, ciao.